So we've got this curve command. It makes an arrow curve, it names the arrow curve. I'm feeling really good about it. The only thing is that to make this really useful, what I want is to have a custom window where I can call 5 or 6 of these curve scripts. I don't want to have just one curve script. Not all of my controls are going to be arrow shaped. Some of them are going to be even fancier. So to write out this curve, I need a window, and I'm going to do that in the same script that I'm already working on. So I'll press enter a few times to move this curve line down so I've got some negative space to work with. And I'm just going to comment it out for the moment so that I don't wind up making a billion curves as I troubleshoot. The command to make a new window, you're going to be shocked here, but it is window. I know, try to contain your excitement. The window command is window. So having written this out, let me head over to my help line where I've actually already pulled up the window command, which is kind of fun. This one is a slightly more advanced command than the others we've been working with. For one thing, it's the first one that we've written out ourselves that Maya hasn't written at all. Woohoo! But also, it's got a couple of notes here. So the first note is that the window will require a control layout of some kind to arrange the controls. Examples of the control layouts are column layout, form layout, row layout, etc. So what this note means is that the window command by itself is very feeble and weak because the window needs to be told how to arrange the things in the window. We're going to be using the column layout because column layout, unlike these other two, doesn't have any additional requirements. So just to keep our life simple, we're going to be doing a column layout. And to add that, I'll come back in here and right under my window command, I'm going to add column layout. And once it turns blue, I know I've spelled that correctly. And I'll put in a semicolon at the end of the line. You'll note that I haven't put in a semicolon at the end of the window line. I probably should. There's my semicolon. But the reason I hadn't finished the window command is that the window command probably has some useful flags that I might want to play with. So let me read through these, and there are a lot of them, so I'm going to go kind of quickly through them, and we'll get back to them as we need them. First, we're not going to do this, but just so you know, there is a background color flag. It's BGC. It's got 3 arguments, red, green, and blue, and each of them is like a percentage from 0 to 1. If I scroll up a little bit, you'll see that looks like this. Flag, background color, float, float, float. Float means you'll be using a decimal place. So you can go in and put a percentage red, percentage green, percentage blue. If you wanted a red window, that would be 1.0, 0.0, 0.0. Like I said, we're not going to do that. We don't need it. That's fine. You can tell your window to exist or not exist, which is kind of awesome. You can make it a specific pixel height and a specific pixel width, but that one will be a little bit lower. You can change a lot of things about the way menus are listed, but we're not going to worry about any of that just yet. There's this Resize To Fit Children flag, and what that means is that as I add more buttons, the window will grow or shrink to fit the controls that it contains, and that is super useful. So I'm going to come back to my script, and I'm going to put in flag RTF space. Now the Resize To Fit flag, if I read across, it says that it is a Boolean. A Boolean is like an on-off kind of thing. It can be true, it can be false. In this case, I want it to be true. I want it to be turned on, so I'll come back here and I will type in true, and you see that that turns green. Fabulous! The green means that it is working. I want to see that color. If I come back through, the next one that I'm going to use is this title flag. That will allow me to create a title for the window. So let's come in here, and I will give it a -T for title. And I'm going to put my title inside of 2 quotation marks to hold it together, and that way I can use multiple words. So I can call this Custom Curve Window. The yellow part here means that it is between those quotation marks, and therefore it is going to be printed just like that. Things in quotation marks will be printed as plain text. You can use normal punctuation, which is kind of fun. I think that that's really all we need, although, if you scroll through here, you might see some other things you like the ability to turn the title bar on and off. That could be fun. You can make the window invisible. That could be fun too. The Mel examples are a little more complicated than I'm ready to get just now, and I don't like their formatting. So, go through this, see what you like, see what you don't like, and I'm going to come back to my script. The one tricky thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a name, and it's really simple to give things names. I just have to type it in at the end of the line. So I'm going to call this Curve Win. And now it looks like I've got a window command, and I've given it a layout, and that's great. Every language you work with is going to have a little quirk. One of the big ones in Mel is that the window command just makes a window. It won't show you the window. So while the script that I've written is great, I won't be able to see the window that I've made until I add this line, show window. And then just so that I can be specific about the window I want to show, I want to show my curve window. There's my semicolon. And now it looks like I've got a pretty good script. Let's see if this makes a window. I'll just highlight it, use my Control-Enter, and look, right there, that is my custom curve window. It says Custom Curve Window at the top. So I will pause this here now that I have written my window script, and I will let you try writing your own window script.